magic word. Here in the secret kindergarten, the world's best show for kids is starting. The secret kindergarten radio show. Use your ears and your imagination. We're going to play, we're having fun. The magic secret kindergarten on the Revolution radio station. And welcome back to the Secret Kindergarten. I'm your host, Gino. And let's not muck around. Let's enjoy life. Let's enjoy some music. Thanks to Nancy Stewart of nancymusic.com.
Put your arms down by your sides. Don't bend your knees. Don't bend at all. We're gonna do the penguin waddle and walk now. Start your walk and stay straight and tall. We're doing the penguin waddle and walk. We're doing the penguin waddle and walk. Doing the penguin waddle and walk. We're doing the penguin waddle and walk. Funny little penguin, you're not like me. You stay outside all year long. When it gets too cold and windy, you huddle with your colony to stay warm. We're doing the penguin waddle and walk. We're doing the penguin waddle and walk. Doing the penguin waddle and walk. We're doing the penguin waddle and walk. Funny little penguin, when you're bored and tired of walking all around, to get down on your tummy and slide on the ice, or with your feet push yourself around. We're doing the penguin waddle and walk. We're doing the penguin waddle and walk. Doing the penguin waddle and walk. We're doing the penguin waddle and walk. Clever mother penguin, lay your egg and keep it warm down on your feet. Give it to your mate, he'll keep it warm. shamrocks were growing on the ground. Along came a leprechaun, he didn't make a sound. He picked a little shamrock and jumped up in a tree. Then he put it in his pocket, and he slapped his little knees, and he clapped his tiny hands, and he stamped his little feet, and he said, "This will bring a little luck to me."
What are you thankful for? I'm thankful for lots of things. Right now I'm very thankful for my cup of tea. My extra strength cup of tea. It's keeping me going. And I'm thankful for my computer and my microphone because I can do this show. Now I'm thankful for Revolution Radio. I'm thankful for my friends on Revolution Radio. And I'm thankful for my dog and my cat and my Julia. I'm thankful for all those things. I'm thankful for my house. I'm thankful for the river that we live near. And what about you? What are you thankful for? Tell me. It's really good to share what you're thankful for, at least to think about what you're thankful for. And it's a good idea to do it all the time. Anyway, I'm going to play you a story. Yay, finally. A Blackfeet Indian story. We're going to play The Rabbit's Medicine.
Blackfeet Indian Stories by George B. Grinnell. Chapter 17. The Rabbit's Medicine. Once, when Old Man was traveling about, he heard some singing that sounded very queer. He had never before heard anything like it, and looked all about to see where it came from. After a time he saw that the cottontail rabbits were singing and making medicine. They had built a fire, and raked out some hot ashes, and they would lie down in these ashes and sing, while one of the others covered them up. They could stay there only for a short time, though, for the ashes were hot. "Little brothers," said Old Man, "here is something wonderful, that you can lie in those hot ashes and coals without burning. I ask you to teach me how to do this." "We will show you how to do it, Old Man," said the rabbits. "You must sing our song, and stay in the ashes only a short time." They taught Old Man their song, and he began to sing and lay down, and they covered him with coals and ashes, and the hot ashes did not burn him. "That is good," he said. "You have strong medicine. Now, so that I may know it all, do you lie down, and let me cover you up." All the rabbits lay down in the ashes, and Old Man covered them up, and then he pulled the whole fire over them. Only one rabbit got out, and Old Man was just about to put her back when she said, "Pity me, my children need me." "It is good," replied Old Man. "You may go, so that there will be more rabbits, but these I will roast and have a feast." He put more wood on the fire, and when the rabbits were cooked he got some red willow brush and put the rabbits on it to cool. The grease from their bodies soaked into the branches, so that even today, if red willow is held over a fire, one may see the grease on the bark. Ever since that time, too, the rabbits have a burnt place on the back, where the one that got away was singed. Old Man sat down by the fire, waiting for the rabbits to get cool, when a coyote came along, limping. He went on 3 legs. "Pity me, Old Man," he said. "You have plenty of cooked rabbits. Give me one of them." "Go away," said Old Man, very cross. "If you are too lazy to catch food, I will not give you any." "But my leg is broken," said the coyote. "I cannot run, I cannot catch anything, and I am starving. Give me half a rabbit." "I don't care what happens to you," said Old Man. "I worked hard to catch and cook these rabbits, and I shall not give any of them away. I'll tell you what I will do, though. I will run a race with you out to that far butte on the prairie, and if you beat me, you can have a rabbit." "Good," said the coyote, and they started. Old Man ran very fast, and the coyote limped along behind him, but pretty close, until they got near the butte. Then the coyote turned around and ran back very fast, for he was not lame at all. It took Old Man a long time to get back, and just before he reached the fire, the coyote finished eating the last rabbit and ran away.
That naughty coyote! Let me read you a poem. This one's called The Pasture by Robert Frost. And this little poem reminds us that a friend is someone we want to be with. I'm going out to clean the pasture spring. I'll only stop to rake the leaves away and wait to watch the water clear, I may. I shan't be gone long. You come too. I'm going out to fetch the little calf that's standing by the mother. It's so young. It totters when she licks it with her tongue. I shan't be long. You come too. That's that. What did you think of that one? Did you know that my doggy has a friend? And my puppy dog Doggy's friend is a cow? And this cow comes running from across the paddock to say hello to my dog, and they lick each other on the face. Ew. And my dog licks the snot off the cow's nose. Yum, yum, yum. Ah! The test. William Clark hated to work, and he never worked with a will. Yet he never could understand why he wasn't rich, why he had to earn his daily bread instead of riding around the country in his own car. He came to almost hating anyone who had more ease than he had, never thinking that his beautiful, strong body and nimble fingers were riches enough for a young man, and never thinking either that he showed each day how incapable he was of using riches wisely. By the way he ignored the physical riches he already possessed. William worked, or pretended to work, in the foundry near his home. He hated his job, as he had all the other jobs before it, and was always the last to arrive in the morning and the first to reach for his coat at night. Now, thinking that he hated working not only made that work harder to do, but also harder to do as well. Harder to do well. William finally grew to have almost a love for shirking. He felt that somehow he was making the balance right if he did things as badly as he did, to spite the world because he was poor. Never did he dream that his own thoughts were the reason for his poor pay envelope. One morning, when he arrived at the shop, he found all the men stirring and working with unusual rush. The foreman came out of the office and called them all together, saying that the next week the new machinery would be unloaded, and the great magnet, of which everybody had been talking, would be tested. So, men, get busy now. The manager and mayor will be at the testing, and it will be a half holiday. We must get all these orders out of the way before then, to make room for the new stuff. William turned away with a curl of the lip. New magnet, he muttered, as if that folly was all they could spend their money on. He went back to his work, however, with an appearance of willingness. The foreman was not too patient, and he had already spoken to William more than once of his poor work. He was coming up to him now. "Look here, William," he said, "I want 24 of those extra fine castings made. Number 8mm. You take the job and run it through. I'll leave it to you. Extra fine, a number 1. Remember, no slip. You can do it." Then he went away thinking, I like the fellow. Perhaps this responsibility will put him on his mettle. William was flattered and pleased too by the confidence and praise of his superior. He felt a better spirit in his heart, and he told himself he would do a good job. He would show them. Next day he worked faithfully, and the next. The third day came, and the old don't care, cheat the world feeling came back to poor William. He just couldn't do well another hour. He bungled and he made mistakes. He took up the ore before it was at the degree of heat called for and ran it into the moulds. "I'm sick of this job," he said. "Guess I'll finish it quick and then I'll get off earlier." He knew at that moment the castings would crack through their imperfections. But what did he care? For no one will ever know whose fault it was once they are shipped, he said. He cared neither for himself nor for the foreman, and least of all did he care that by his selfish thoughts he might be moulding the helpless lives in the iron to bring about calamity to hundreds of human beings. Finally, his task was done, and even William feared when he saw the result of his blundering work. The next day was to be the day of the testing of the great magnet. They said, those who were venturing a fortune on its success, that this magnet would lift high in the air 40,000 pounds of solid iron, and that, too, without a chain. It would revolutionize the foundry work. It would lift hot metal without injury. It would load cars. And all would be done by one man pressing a button. In the midst of the interesting chatter, William was anxiously wondering how to slide by the foreman's okay on the castings. The cars weren't there for loading, so they couldn't be shipped till the last of the week. He must hide them somewhere. When his eye fell on the slag pit, he thought, the very place. And for once in his life he fell to work with vigour. Soon he had them covered with a layer of earth and slag, and then left for home without a thought of worry. Next morning, the place was alive with interest. The manager, the mayor, and all the leading citizens came to see the testing. William saw them in their smiling success and hated even the flower in the buttonhole of the mayor's coat. He had no heart to guess what grateful hand had put it there, nor what sacrifices had made the tired, anxious eyes above the flower. At last, the great magnet was swung loose. Great in its power, it swept over the yard. On its way to the mass of ore it was to pick up. But what is happening? The people rubbed their eyes, for as it swung over the slag pit, the earth broke away in clouds of dust, and up came William's hidden castings. A great laugh broke from the visitors, who of course did not understand. But the foreman was close enough to get the whole story in the twinkling of an eye. And William, poor William, slunk away. More than the magnet had been tested that day. But the magnet, not the man, had stood the test. William left that night for another city without even going back for his pay. 6 months later, William's mother had a letter from him, from which she read to me with tears in her eyes. You know, Mum, when I realized that big magnet lifted 40,000 pounds of iron just because it liked it, I got the notion that I could lift my work better if I liked it. Honest, it's true. I am beginning to like my work now, and I do better, and do it easier and quicker. When I've made good for a whole year, I'm coming back to ask the boss for my old job. And let's hope that William was a little bit older than 5 years old. Hopefully it wasn't child labour. Oh dear. Today's Daily Words of Wisdom, thanks to Manly P. Hall. For June the 2nd, down here in New Zealand, it's nearly 7 o'clock, which means it's nearly a more normal time to get up. It also means it's nearly the end of the show. But anyway, Daily Words of Wisdom. One thing we must learn to do is to relax our attitude toward change, realizing within ourselves that ultimately all things work together for good. It's a bit of a tricky one for you kiddos out there. How does everything work together for good? Well, if you're really naughty all the time, really naughty forever and ever and ever, all the time, naughty, well, it's going to get really bad, and eventually you're going to think, oh, I'm going to have to be good now. So all that naughtiness ended up you having to end up being good. Do you know what visualization is? Close your eyes and imagine there's a TV screen that you're watching, but your eyes are closed. This is visualization. Turn on the TV. What do you see on the TV? Imagine you can see a huge white horse galloping down the road on the TV. And the huge white horse is dragging a funny looking something behind it. What is the horse dragging? Excellent. And that's visualization. Thanks so much for tuning in to The Secret Kindergarten. I love you. Bye. See you at the next one.